Namaskar, dear all. Welcome you all to the third episode of Ehsaas Ek Mulakat, Creativity Enthralls. So this is our third episode and the last two episodes with Manipuri dancer Sri Sanjeev Bhattacharya ji and Gita Shankaran Lam ji in number 2 episode from Malaysia. And we had a very interesting talk session with them, and still the videos are running through in our page. Please go through that if you have not visited. So art in its many form exists in every community, every culture, and every country. Art is communication, natural human behavior, it's healing, it tells our story, and it's definitely our shared experience. So, and we all know that we have been given a very hard blow by this crisis. So the reconnection, the revisit, the rethinking, the review of our journey, all the reprocess is that has been offered to us to evolve to a new future. So friends, today we have a very esteemed guest with us, and we are honored to have her in this evening. She is one of a kind, very creative, versatile, and dancer thinker, Srimati Parvati Dattaji. Namaskar, Parvati Didi.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Oh, warm welcome you to this platform of Ehsaas Ek Mulakat. And we are really very much honored to have you, Didi. So you don't need any introduction, I know, but also that I just in a briefly for any other audience who wants to know about your work and your illustrious journey. So for that, so Srimati Parvati Datta and evolved. Sorry. She's an evolved artist, thinker, researcher, writer, and a dedicated arts administrator. Is the founder director of Mahagami Gurukul, Aurangabad. She is an active commentator on arts, heritage, ecology, Indology, education, and media studies. She is credited of introducing Kathak and Odissi in Marathwada region and producing many artists, performers, teachers, and researchers over a span of 23 years, having traveled for lectures, conferences, workshops, and concerts to more than 40 countries. Parvati Didi nurtures also a unique Gurukul-based school named Vidyaranyam as vision director. So Didi, these are very few aspects of what I have just told here, but everyone knows about your work and journey. So first of all, I would like to know that Didi, as a dancer, that where are you here? So how your journey started, and how you are just a renowned one. You are known as a renowned guru of Kathak and Odissi in both the forms. So how did you just got interested in both the forms to learn with, and where did it started, and how we can inspire to get just get a journey like you? Yes, Didi.
I think like most of the dancers and dance practitioners in India, and not just in India, I think also in the West, all those who've been passionate and whom you see performing most of the times or being active in dance field, you will find one thing in common, and that is they all have started right from their early childhood. So
Right.
I am also one of those lucky and privileged ones. I started my dance journey at the age of 3 years. That's
Okay.
too early, but
Yes.
that's how it has been. I'm grateful to my parents who identified my inclination, my interest, and my creative passion. I'm told that I would hardly walk. I was most of the times I used to
Done.
dance. And that's also something in my early memories, that even going to the school was not going walking but going dancing. So, today is the day of Rath Yatra,
Yes.
and we all are in our own ways, we are offering our prayers and
Yes.
our devotion and our dance offerings to the deity, because every year we've been artistically connected with the Rath Yatra in different ways. But I'm suddenly reminded of the yatra, because going to the school was like a yatra for me. Yatra in the sense, it was
Okay.
like a journey with dance and music and lot of singing and all that. So
You used to enjoy.
yes, so it's very crazy, I think, because today's children, I don't know if they are familiar with this kind of childhood. But I used to go walking to my school. My school was like hardly 20-25 minutes walking distance from my home. And like those days, the whole culture of having school buses was not so much, it was not so prevalent.
Yes.
So we used to go walking, and it's very amusing to recall that most of my classmates used to come to my place in the morning, come to my home to pick me up, and pick me up in the sense that join me in my journey to the school. So, because I think they all loved the way I used to go to the school. Every moment was a celebration. Every day, every hour, every part of learning was like a celebration. So dance has been, since then, it's been my core expression. My core expression, in the sense that even when I started learning other things, like I started learning mathematics or science or whatever, I could always relate with my dance. Like I ended up making the highs with chemistry equations, and I started designing simultaneous equations of mathematics for the highs that I was learning or I was creating. So for me, I think dance was not something which was confined to a classroom or to a guru or a teacher, but it was about an all encompassing experience, like a complete experience of living. And this is something which I still remember, and I cherish those days, that how I was as a child. In fact, just the way I shared about my yatra to the school every day, with a step and a movement and a song and all that. And I remember some of my classmates used to carry my school bag, because with the school bag, it's not easy to dance so much. So they used to volunteer.
Had volunteered to
And that was the reason they used to come to my place early in the morning, because they used to say, "No, we've come to accompany Parvati because hum log ek saath school jayenge," like that. So the whole idea was they would carry my bag or my water bottle, and then I would be dancing and singing all through. Like life was like that, and I'm quite fortunate that I've had the same kind of relationship with dance, in be it any crisis, be it any challenge, be it a new finding. Dance remains, your breath and your pulse and the core of your existence. So even when I was learning as a child, I every day when I would sleep, I would decide a pose.
Okay.
I was so engrossed in dancing that I could not think of a life away from dance. So even the last thing that you would do is, settle down, wind up, and then settle on the bed and, go to sleep. So before doing that, and before, after saying our prayers every night, I would decide, आज कौन सा pose करके सोऊं?
Oh, is it?
So one day में मेरे को अभी भी याद है कि मैंने वो पूरा जो सलामी सीखा था, तो सलामी का एक मूवमेंट used to be my focus to sleep. So
Okay,
I
so
decide that एक दिन मैंने तत किया, तो अभी आज मैं तत करके सोऊंगी.
Oh,
अब रात को तो obviously you change position, but in my conscience it was like, you keep the link. So one day I sleep in tat position, the second day दूसरे side का tat, then thirdly. So people used to. I mean, of course, my parents also found it so amusing that I'm so much into dancing.
so much into that.
And
So you
also,
started Kathak. You started Kathak that time only. Your learning also started with Kathak. मतलब Kathak का आप सीख रहे थे तब.
okay,
Yes, some problem in connection, Didi. I think so. Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
yes, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can. Yeah.
Okay, so I. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. It's some problem is being yes.
Okay. So then we moved to Bhopal when I was really young. So I started with Kathak because in Bhopal, Kathak was the only dance form that was there was Kathak and Bharatanatyam, of course. And I was deeply in love with Kathak. I saw Maharaji perform when I was 3.5 years old, and I was really so much enchanted and so much hooked to his magnetizing dance that my childhood memories go with thinking of Maharaji every day, meditating on him, on his dance, and offering my dance prayers to him. So I was a very silly and a very dance struck girl, as a child.
True.
So that's what I remember about myself. And then as I grew, I was also inclined to Odissi. The moment I saw Odissi the first time, I think I saw Sanjukta Panigrahi ji.
Okay.
I must be 6 or 7 years old when I saw her. And I was immediately, I was so much drawn to its spirituality and its sublime movements and all that. And then we started looking for an Odissi teacher, and so that's how it's been, like my childhood has been full of lot of dance activities. I started performing also very early because those days I think the talim was also different, Nainika, you will agree that I think those days everyone was taught to become a soloist.
Right.
I think that was how it was.
Right. Exactly.
There was no concept of dancing together.
Choreography. There was no choreographical concept. Yes.
It was not so much happening. Though we had seen, like as a child, I had seen Kumi Ben, I had seen Rohini ji, I had seen Maharaji's group work, but all that was with trained dancers who have learned for a very, very long time and then creating a professional group. But otherwise, I think most of the times it was one-to-one talim. So I got a one-to-one training. And then, of course, with lot of discipline, like every day coming back from school, I remember that I was asked to change. My mom would ask me, chalo change kar lo, freshen up and eat something and practice. So, so that was the routine. ऐसे नहीं था कि whenever you have a class, then you just go with your empty head and empty brain. And you just go and you just leave it to the teacher. That teacher will practice teacher hi karayegi. Like how things are changing nowadays. I think parents start thinking that it's the duty of the teacher or the guru
Yes.
who
Didi, yes, Manjari ji is here. She's
अरे
Manjari ji.
नमस्ते।
Manjari ji. नमस्ते मंजरी जी, थैंक यू सो मच। पार्वती, तुम्हारे बचपन की स्मृतियों में आनंद आ गया। सब है होनहार विद्वान के
हो तो चिकने बात हो। अभी होनहार है कि नहीं पता नहीं, लेकिन हाँ बहुत क्या कह सकते हैं कि जैसे पगलाए हुए से तो थे, मतलब नाच नहीं करेंगे तो क्या करेंगे वो मालूम नहीं था, मतलब ये तो करना ही करना है।
करना ही करना है। So, दीदी, कथक और ओडिसी दोनों साथ में ही आपने शुरू किए थे साइमल्टेनियसली?
मैंने कथक से ही शुरू किया,
शुरू
फिर
किए
मैंने हाँ फिर मैंने
मतलब
तो कुछ समय मैंने भरतनाट्यम भी सीखा था बचपन में।
ओके ओके।
और लेकिन मुझे ओडिसी की तरफ ही रुझान था, इसलिए हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे थे कि ओडिसी किन से सीख सकते हैं। तो भोपाल में एक दो लोग बीच बीच में आए जिन्होंने कुछ समय के लिए सिखाना शुरू किया और फिर वो चले गए, तो ऐसा मेरा गया। लेकिन बाद में मैं कह सकती हूँ कि once I found Madhvi Didi, then I just stuck with her elegance and her beautiful understated style, which is so poetic and so melodic.
So melodious and lyrical. Yes.
Few years later. So during my school days, I was mainly dancing Kathak, and I am also reminded that when I was 10 years old, I came to Delhi to do a solo in FICCI Auditorium.
Yes. Okay.
So Mandi House के opposite है FICCI Auditorium.
Right. Yes.
So I was there was something happening there, some like a national festival or something, and I gave a solo in FICCI Auditorium, and the then Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi was the chief guest. So it was a very high profile program. And Indira ji was very much impressed with my dancing, and she was surprised कि 10 साल की बच्ची इतना तैयारी से नाच रही है और इतना सफाई से, something I don't know, because those days we didn't have videos and we didn't have access to all this technology and documentation. So I keep thinking that I wish I can find that video and I wish I can see how I dance. I don't know. But I don't know. So Indira ji ko wo अच्छा लगा, and after the program she left a message for us that ask this girl from Bhopal to visit us tomorrow morning. तो मुझे वो मैसेज मिला प्रोग्राम के बाद कि भारत की प्रधानमंत्री आपसे अपने निवास में मिलना चाहती हैं सुबह. And like how it was, I was not over excited because we didn't know who prime minister मतलब कितनी बड़ी बात होती है. मेरे लिए तो माँ भी बहुत बड़ी है, गुरु भी बहुत बड़े हैं, और उस तरह से हम, लेकिन हाँ मुझे ये जरूर समझ में आया कि कोई एक बहुत खास व्यक्ति है जो मुझे बुला रहे हैं अपने घर. तो हम लोग, मेरे पास अभी पुरानी पिक्चर्स रखी हैं ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट कि I visited
her residence.
Indira ji's residence, Indira Gandhi ji's residence, 8 a.m. And I think we arrived there at 7 o'clock. तो 1 घंटा हमारा सिक्योरिटी चेकिंग हो रहा था. And I kept asking कि इतनी देर से हमको क्यों यहाँ पे खड़ा रखा है, कौन आने वाला है हमको मिलने, कौन आने वाला है. And then इंदिरा जी का एक, जो लोग उनकी विजिट्स के बारे में जानते हैं उनको पता याद होगा कि वो उनका आने का पाथ नहीं पता होता था, वो कहाँ से आने वाली है. So I think for security reasons, I think right. So there are always 3 options कि शायद इधर से आ जाए, शायद इधर से आ जाए, शायद उधर से आ जाए. So I just vaguely remember that I was sitting in that park, और वहाँ पे बाहर जो उनके वहाँ लॉन है, तो वहाँ लॉन में मैं इधर भी देख रही हूँ, उधर भी देख रही हूँ कि कहाँ से आएंगे. Then suddenly she came from behind. So I have a picture where Indira Gandhi ji is standing behind me and I am looking like this. Not knowing from where she will come.
Exactly.
So I just shared this simply because living in Bhopal, but getting some little, Ashirwad from great people, from great gurus also, और ऐसे थोड़ा सिंपल और कंसिस्टेंट मेरा चलता रहा. लाइक स्कूल डेज वर लाइक दैट. एवरी डे आई यूज्ड टू try to learn and practice and travel for chota mota program whenever something was happening. So then I think by the time I was in my 11th standard in my school, that was the time I was a little unwell. I had asthma. तो वो ग्रेजुअली हो गया. मतलब ऐसे हुआ कि शायद ओवर प्रैक्टिस एंड देन पसीने में मैं जहाँ जाती थी, चक्रधर नृत्य केंद्र में मैं जाती थी, जहाँ रायगढ़ कथक सिखाया जाता था, रायगढ़ घराने पंडित कार्तिक राम जी और उनके सुपुत्र रामदास जी वो सिखाते थे. तो वो हमारे घर से बहुत दूर था. इट वॉज लाइक 1.5 hours from our home. And so every day I used to go there. From school I used to go, sometimes I used to go directly and be there for the class, and then after the class शायद पसीने में मैं इतना लंबा 1.5 घंटा वापस आती थी. और वो हमारा क्लास जो था वो तालाब के किनारे था. जगह तो बहुत सुंदर थी.
दीदी एग्जैक्टली थोड़ा सा एक मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ, आप छोटा सा एक बंदिश सुना देंगे रायगढ़ घराने का?
रायगढ़ घराने का
एक छोटा सा बंदिश.
रायगढ़ की वैसे मैं एक्सप्लेन करना चाहती हूँ, तो मैं उसके लिए रिजर्व रखना चाह रही थी, लेकिन ठीक है. जैसे एक तो वो सुना देती हूँ. नगर न देत देत तड़न न दादा किट देत देत दगन न किट तक दगन नगर ता दगन नगर ता किट किट दिट दिट क्रांत किट तक दिगन नाड़ दित तगिन नदा किट किट दिट दगिट तगिन दग किट दगिन ता नदा किट किट दिट तगिट दग किट दगिन ता नदा किट किट दिट तगिट दग किट दगिन ता नदा.
वाह, वेरी नाइस. इसका पैटर्न बिल्कुल अलग होता है. मतलब
सुनाई दे रहा है क्या मुझे? क्योंकि
yes I can. Yes,
it just
wonderful. Okay, got blurred.
So so it is about the clouds. It's about a host of clouds that are
मतलब बोलो का रायगढ़ घराना ये विशेषता है कि उसमें नेचर का एक एक बोलो में पैटर्न का, नेचर का सारे कैरेक्टरिस्टिक एक एक बोलो में उसका बोल बानी के वाइज उसका मतलब उसका बनाया जाता है वैसे रायगढ़ घराने में.
हाँ, नेचर को लेके भी काफी कुछ है. नेचर को लेके काफी कुछ है.
यहाँ पे कविता ठाकुर दी है, मीनू ठाकुर दी है. कविता ठाकुर is telling that very famous दल बदल परन from रायगढ़ घराना.
Yes, दल बदल परन.
Yes. So Didi, yes. So I just wanted to know that you have done both the forms simultaneously, and you were apt in both the forms. You were, I think, in my knowledge, in the Kathak and as well as in Odissi, you are doing the same thing so in a graceful manner, in a perfect, technically so perfect. So what is your thinking about this cross training? Because I have heard in my childhood regarding cross training that while you are learning in one form, that you shouldn't go and learn to another. You shouldn't learn, and even you are not allowed to learn another form, because it can ruin your basic aspect of your the stature and everything. And what is your experience on that? Do you suggest the younger generation they can cross train into different classical forms or any other forms, or what about that? What is your take on that?
Cross training is becoming the current practice. I think gurus are also encouraging. They are asking everyone to. They are inviting each other. ये भी तो हो रहा है. अभी हम लोग जब छोटे थे, हम लोग जिनके पास सीखते थे वो किसी को इनवाइट नहीं करते थे. They never invited. See, हमारे जो older gurus थे, they never used to conduct or arrange a workshop where they would invite another guru or another style to enrich their own students. Now it is becoming like that. We are becoming more democratic also. In a way, it is nice, but the stylistic features are obviously there. Those are not preserved now. Mm-hmm. What I think is, Nainika, there are 2-3 aspects to it. cross training, when I talk about cross training, for me, it is about what genre with what genre, what kind of styles you want to connect. For me, all Indian traditional art forms, they have lot of common features amongst themselves.
Right.
Lot of common things. So if I look at Kathak and if I look at Odissi, I see that both the styles have lot of circular and curvy
True.
at that ओडिसी का जो लावण्य है, उसका जो राउंडेड मूवमेंट है, वो बहुत सारा कथक के जैसा लगता है. तो कहीं ना कहीं I have also, when I do Odissi and when I do Kathak, my inner experience is not so different. It's not so contradicting. It's not contradicting because both are about flowing. The basic intrinsic nature of movement, of a Kathak movement or an Odissi movement, both are about being fluid, being more sublime and more curvy linear designs. It's not about strikingly edgy and cutting movements. So, I mean, if I train in Kalaripayattu, or if I train in something which is about very fast and very sharp movement, then I will have to observe whether my body is helping me with my understanding of my mother style. Like there is a mother tongue, so you have a mother style also. Is it enriching or is it not? So that way, I think for cross training, we have to be a little selective which style
which style we are selecting.
Which training can enhance your style.
Both the styles, yes.
Both the styles. अभी एक और बात भी है कि recently in the recent classes that I have been doing with my students and with learners who have joined my workshops, I'm stressing more on the torso. That's because when we are teaching online, at the same time we cannot show the entire body, and I think since this is also a challenge, so let us focus on things which we were not focusing on so much. So I'm focusing more on face, I'm focusing more on the torso movement. So when you are doing any Kathak movement or if you are doing any Odissi movement, you will always see that there is a lot of movement of the upper torso.
Yes.
But there are few styles in which torso should not be done.
Yes, Didi, but I think in my opinion, what I have seen, Kathak and Odissi is basically two forms in a two polar forms. Means Kathak is so much, technically it's so strong, so powerful, I will say. Not every aspect, but regarding the technicalities. But Odissi is so lyrical and so subtle, so I will say so much musical.
No. I don't think like that. I don't think. See, every style has all the flavors. Every style has all the flavors. It has the terrific and the more sharper and the faster movements also, and the sublime ones.
I'm just generalizing. That's not that. Generalizing. Not yes.
Yeah. But don't you think when you do Thaat and Gat, what do you do?
No, definitely. Gatnikas, Thaat, and all this.
मुझे अभी ये भी कहना है कि कथक जैसा नाचा जाना चाहिए, वैसे हम नाच भी तो नहीं रहे ना.
Exactly, Didi. I was coming to the point. This was my next question.
नाचना चाहिए. अगर हम कथक हमें जैसा नाचना चाहिए, जैसे हमने बड़ों का देखा था.
Exactly.
If we are to dance in the same manner, then of course it will require a lot of movement of the torso, of the griva, lot of gentle movements. ठाट करोगे आप तो 2 घंटे आपको 2 आवर्तन आपको सीधा खड़े रह के आप ग्रीवा के साथ कर सकते हो. ये जो सारे subtleties हैं, ये subtleties, they are so close to what we do in the beginning of a pallavi.
Exactly.
Because when you do the beginning of a pallavi, you're just moving your torso from one side to the other. It's like a graceful, fluid, swaying of something. in gentle
Yes.
breeze.
Yes.
जैसे वो हम बोलते हैं ना, बहे पवन मंद सुगंध, तो वैसी ही पवन मंद सुगंध वेरी वैसा अंग विन्यास होना चाहिए.
So Kavita Di also has asked you that, but how do you manage with technique in both style? How you keep the authenticity of both? So that is, I think, that you are just discussing the same point.
Yeah.
I guess question.
For this question, because this has been one of the worries and concerns and responsibility right from the time I began learning. Simply because it's a big responsibility. We have to
Exactly.
look at the
Yes.
purity of every style. So I can also tell you that when I was learning both, I was constantly worried because while I wanted to learn and I had this, क्या बोल सकते हैं, the thirst to learn, like every day I used to only keep myself busy with practicing and with refining and memorizing whatever I've learned. I am one of the very few students who went to Delhi, stayed in Kathak Kendra, and didn't roam around so much. Just focused on learning. And I think all my friends also remember that they would only see me going from Kathak Kendra to Gandhar Mahavidyalaya and then coming back, because whole day was in between two places. मैंने दिल्ली में और कोई तीसरी जगह भी नहीं देखी थी. तो वो मैंने ध्यान इसी पे दिया कि how I can preserve the purity of the style.
Sorry.
And while initially I can say that I was probably the only student at that time who was learning two styles, and I was facing lot of how do I say, not criticism but a lot of reservation.
Exactly. I just wanted to ask you the same thing, because I was very young at that time, and in the 90s, as I told you, I saw you in Kathak Mahotsav performing, and you were, I think, with only that background, that you are doing both the forms simultaneously, and I couldn't say that your Kathak has any just influence of Odissi, but that was pure Kathak. And I was quite surprised that, and these questions, so why just I wanted to ask you today that, is that how did you maintain that?
Yeah, so it's like, how I will put it is that you have to look at every dance style as a language. I strongly feel that every dance style is like a deha boli. It is an anga bhasha, and just the way when you speak English, your pronunciation should be purely how an English diction and pronunciation should go. और फिर आप हिंदी बात करें तो आप साफ हिंदी बोले, यानी आप हिंदी बोलते हैं तो ऐसे किसी को पता नहीं चलना चाहिए कि आपकी मातृभाषा बंगाली है.
Right. True.
तो उतना साफ बोलना चाहिए. So I think with dance forms also we can look at that kind of concentration, analysis, and focus. And I think I invested many years just while I was practicing. I also invested many hours analyzing every movement. There are so many movements in Kathak and Odissi which are common in the sense that closer movement. Like we have the mean, and we have a similar movement in Odissi, which is also a circular movement with the hands, but it's very different.
Very
So
right.
these movements that are closer, very close, but are different. Then I started analyzing both. कि इसमें क्या है, इसमें क्या है, यहाँ पे क्या होना चाहिए, यहाँ पे क्या होना चाहिए. In the process, I think I was able to revisit Anga, Pratyanga, Upanga. We study about the names Anga, Pratyanga, Upanga, लेकिन उसका actual use कैसे करना होता है. तो actual use के बारे में मैं सोचने लगी कि yes, अभी ये वाले मूवमेंट के लिए आई हैव टू डू दिस. देन द ग्रीवा आल्सो, कथक का ग्रीवा कैसा है, तो ओडिसी का ग्रीवा कभी भी ऐसा नहीं होगा, तो हमेशा ऐसा.
Exactly.
टिल्टिंग,
दृष्टि भेदा,
दृष्टि, ग्रीवा. So you have to go in the micro level. First, the macro level, like the bigger movement, the bigger line of the movement, how the movement is to be done. But then you have to go inside. You have to go deeper inside. Go to the micro level of the body and every nuance, micro movements, I would say.
Yes.
So I think I was getting more and more interested in analyzing and understanding that ये movement ऐसा ही होना चाहिए, ये movement इसी तरह से करना, ये movement. एक और बात है जो मैं कहना चाहती हूँ कि just the way when you know two languages, I think you feel enriched because you are able to analyze. देखो आपको अगर अंग्रेजी से हिंदी में कोई वाक्य अनुवाद करना है, तो आप करते हो, जब आप अनुवाद करते हो ना, तो आपको ग्रामर का ध्यान रखना पड़ता है कि अच्छा इंग्लिश में तो इस तरह से लिखते हैं बट हिंदी में इस तरह से लिखते हैं. So you are more particular about the grammar, about the sentence construction. So similarly, I think for me, learning two styles in a way was greatly helpful. After a particular initial stage of stamina, that was the biggest challenge. Because stamina-wise, if I am to practice 4 hours of Kathak and 4 hours of Odissi, I need that kind of physical ability to endure that kind of hard work.
Right.
Learning two styles is not, it's not about knowing the movement. It's about practicing properly.
Practice.
And I also remember that there was a time when in Kathak Kendra, since I was learning Odissi, so almost all my friends were so much interested in Odissi because I used to show them what I've learned and all that. So I had around 8 to 9 friends who joined my Odissi class.
Okay.
So there were many Kathak friends who came along with me and they said, we want to learn Odissi. We love the style and all. But why I'm saying this is because it's not, even I realize that it's not easy to sustain it. It's not easy to endure it because, Odissi mein jo choke position hai na, it's an extremely strenuous position.
Very much. Yes.
Extremely strenuous position, and you have to practice.
And all the pressure goes to knees and
every day Chauka Tribhanga you have to practice. So even one day of gap is not, you cannot forgive yourself if you not practice even for a day. So for me, managing so many hours of practice every day and then managing other things like rehearsals, managing programs, getting costume done and getting this done, chota mota kaam. So it was, I think there was a time when I was into dancing from morning 4 or 5 o'clock till late evening, late night actually. So some days it used to be 15 hours also, 16 hours also of dancing. It was very, very strenuous, but I am very much thankful to those days because I learned to work hard, I learned to endure, I learned to be emotionally stable in whatever situation comes my way. I learned to dance in whatever, kuch bhi ho jaye, mujhe dance karna hai. So I learned that. And then these two styles, in a way,
actually
made my voice.
Exactly. Your research work started at that time only. What has been followed in researching many other findings, but researching both the forms and their techniques, and so well you have absorbed that so well that easily you can just travel in both the forms between. So I think that's a wonderful time. What you have, just you are saying that. बहुत ही अच्छा time.
Yeah, I think I was not initially aware that I will get into research. I mean, I had an academic mind, and when I
forms ke regarding research, I'm saying regarding the
forms regarding research. Yes, forms regarding research, and then very soon I realized that I'm enjoying this process of analyzing two styles. I'm also able to relate to the distinct features. And then I also realized that one is helping me with a better understanding of another.
Mm-hmm.
That was also there. And I remember once Maharaj ji had pointed out, मुझे वो ओडिसी के जो राउंडेड मूवमेंट्स थे वो इतने पसंद आते थे मैं कथक में भी मैं कोशिश करती थी कि वो धित्ताम धित्ताम अगर मैं कर रही हूँ, कोई भी मूवमेंट कर रही हूँ, तो मैं उसको ज्यादा गोलाई से करूँ। तो वो गोलाई से करने में मुझे बहुत मजा भी आने लग गया. सो आई स्टार्टेड री इन्वेंटिंग और गोइंग लिटिल like making it more like a beautiful painting. तो एक बार धाता का थूंगा कर रही थी क्लास में, तो महाराज जी ने मुझे बोला, बिकॉज व्हेन आई वाज डूइंग धाता का थूंगा, तो थूंगा में मेरा ज्यादा मैं बोल कर रही थी कि धागे धीमे था. तो महाराज जी ने कहा कि तुम ओडिसी करती हो ना, इसलिए तुम देखो ज्यादा गोल कर रही हो. तो इनिशियली मुझे लगा कि अरे महाराज जी मेरी गलती पकड़ रहे हैं शायद, बट ही सेड नो, इट इज लुकिंग नाइस बिकॉज दिस इज हाउ इट हैज टू बी डन. एंड क्योंकि मैं टॉर्सो के बारे में सोच रही थी, इसलिए अपर बॉडी का जो स्टिफनेस था वो चला गया था. अभी मैं एक चीज ऑब्जर्व करती हूँ कि कथक में अपर बॉडी में वापस स्टिफनेस आ गया है.
बहुत ज्यादा
है ना कि अपर बॉडी का स्टिफनेस आ चुका है फिर से. नॉट एवरीवन, मगर तैयारी करने के चक्कर में शायद बहुत ज्यादा तत्काल करने के चक्कर में जो भी, तो वो जो ग्रेस था ना, जो मतलब झुकाव, ठाठ में झुकाव है, तो फिर कैसे बॉडी के साथ काम कर सकते, तो शायद वो
ठहराव, मेनली द कथक का ठहराव है वो थोड़ा सा, मतलब कभी
ठहराव एंड फ्लूइडिटी, both the things, because these are stylistic features of Kathak. So when you ask me about cross training, I think cross training of Kathak and Odissi is very good. Though let me also clarify over here that when I teach, I don't teach both styles to all the students. I don't do that. I have a separate set of students for Kathak. I have a separate set of students for Odissi. Because and लेकिन ये भी होता है कि कभी-कभी some of my Kathak students are attracted towards Odissi, and after a while they come to me and they talk to me and they say that we want to learn Odissi. So how to do that? तो कुछ ऐसे भी हुए जो shift हो गए from Kathak to Odissi, shift हो गए, और vice versa. But at a time I insist that you learn one style, because as I said, I was practicing 4 hours Kathak and 4 hours Odissi every day. So only if you can do that much, then you should get into this kind of confusion or whatever. Because otherwise what will happen, you will end up messing the food.
Exactly.
We need that kind of dedication, and we need that kind of responsibility of delivering the style in the most
purest way, right? Yes. Thank you so much, Didi, just enlightening you on this topic, because that question comes to my mind very frequently. I see so many artists, and Odissi is also very favorite to me. That is my second favorite form, you can say, after Kathak. But I never just took that. I didn't have the guts to go and learn this thing, because in the environment or in the procedure, in the technique I have learned, there was no scope to learn Odissi or to just learn a new form, whatever. Thank you so much for this beautiful answer. So Didi, now coming to your your days and your dream of Mahagami. So that is what was your dream that you just went to that place that was a totally barren land, and you just converted it to such a dreamland, I will say that. So, and you have so many aspects and so many features Mahagami now is just offering, and you have added so many things. So in a brief, you can say that your journey of this 23 years in Aurangabad.
Yeah, this has been since the past 23 years I'm in Aurangabad, Maharashtra, and this has been I call it my karma bhumi, and I was not knowing this city. The funniest part is I had never been to Aurangabad earlier, and I never knew anything about the city other than the fact that the World Heritage Monuments, Ajanta and Ellora, they are closer to Aurangabad. I mean, not in the city, they are outside the city, but Aurangabad is more known because people who want to visit these caves have to come to Aurangabad. So that was the only thing I was aware of. And
Aurangabad.
I think there is something called destiny. You know, I have been able to, I am fortunate to listen to my inner calling. Once was when I said that when I was in my 11th standard and when I fell sick and I was asked by my doctor to stop dancing. And I just decided to take up science and mathematics, and I went towards engineering. And when I got selected, I just quit and I went to Delhi to learn dance very, very seriously. So that was also my inner calling, and I started feeling that no, whatever decision I've taken is not right, and I cannot leave dance. And I mean, of course, I was not going to leave dance, but I thought I will continue dancing, but maybe I cannot do it mainstream because of the kind of advice that I've been given by my doctor.
Okay.
But I just defied all that and I went, I learned, and I started performing and everything, and you know about all that. The second time again, after a few years, when I was in Delhi, I started feeling some kind of vacuum in the sense that I wanted to do something meaningful, something um, more fulfilling, you know, something more satisfying, and something which I can do for others. I mean, of course, when you teach, also you do something for others, but you know, when you have a fertile land, there is not much that you can do. So Delhi for me was like that. Delhi is already a fertile land. You have
Yes.
so many gurus, you have so many artists, you have so many theaters, you have so many organizers, so many festivals happening,
True.
and there is not so much of challenge in working in a place where there have been crusaders and pioneers who've made that place artistically vibrant and rich. So I was contemplating on this idea of moving to a marginalized place, and this was just in my mind, and but I didn't have a serious thought कि मैं कहाँ जाऊंगी क्या करूंगी, but it was just an idealistic thing. तो
Okay.
होते होते it so happened that औरंगाबाद में एक there is a beautiful educational trust called Mahatma Gandhi Mission, and they were keen on starting a kind of performing arts center where classical dance music can be taught. And somehow they started going to Bharat Bhavan, to Goa Kala Academy, like that, and that's how they got connected to me.
Okay.
And they asked me that they want to start this, and will I be willing to come and start this unit? So that time I was not so sure, and initially I declined and I said नहीं नहीं औरंगाबाद. तो मैंने उनको पूछा भी, मैंने कहा औरंगाबाद कहाँ है, तो क्योंकि औरंगाबाद सिटी में कभी कुछ प्रोग्राम या कुछ ऐसी की चर्चा नहीं थी, तो मैंने कहा कहाँ है, तो बोले वो जो एलोरा जनता है ना वो वहाँ पे. तो मैंने कहा हाँ हाँ हाँ, लेट मी थिंक. फिर आई वाज इन टू माइंड्स, नॉट सो श्योर, but I think after a year, within 1 year, I think all those thoughts started getting precipitated, and I was becoming more serious and more eager to start a new life with where I can learn from every difficulty and every challenge. I am a kind of person, I love to deal with, I don't want to take risks, but I don't mind taking challenges. You know, I'm
Challenges.
that kind of a person. I'm not a person who will be satisfied with whatever comes
So
convenient.
inspiring.
तो
Yes.
ना ये थोड़ा सा मेरा ऐसा उल्टा अजीब सा
हाँ,
दिमाग है.
exactly. हाँ.
तो
So
मुझे लगा कि
inspiring.
चलो देखते हैं. So I said I'll come here for a day and
Mhm.
let me see. तो मैं देखने के लिए आई यहाँ पे एक दिन. तो दिल्ली से आई, पैसेंजर ट्रेन पकड़ी मैंने और मनमाड़ तक आई. मनमाड़ से there was no connection to Aurangabad because
Okay.
Aurangabad is a non-metropolitan city.
Right. And that time it was totally remote area.
Yes, absolutely remote area. So there was no connectivity. So I came to Manmar, and from Manmar station, I took a passenger train, and that was the first time I had boarded a passenger train. And I was so surprised at myself कि मैं ये कर क्या रही हूँ. 15 दिन पहले मैं फ्रांस में थी, मैं घूम रही थी, मैं प्रोग्राम कर रही थी, मैं और अभी मैं 15 दिन के बाद एक पैसेंजर ट्रेन में हूँ और मैं औरंगाबाद जा रही हूँ, not knowing what I'm going to do. So it all began like that, you know. And I was, as a young girl, you know, it's quite a strange thing for someone to choose to do that. I think people don't want to go to unfamiliar places, and
Definitely.
that too when you are so young and you are alone.
Unsure about the plans and the
Yes.
future. Right.
But anyway, I just came here. And there was nothing, so I was getting little scared. कि अरे बाप रे, यहाँ तो मैं अकेले कैसे रहूं? ये तो बड़ी अजीब जगह है. And there was no place to stay also. And so half of the day I just spent looking everywhere around. कुछ भी नहीं था ना, तो ऐसे देखते देखते यहाँ पे तो कुछ भी नहीं है, रात हो जाएगी तो ये कितना सुनसान हो जाएगा. All that, you know, all those scary thoughts started coming in my mind. But I think by 3 p.m. I was so excited. I said, "वाह, यहाँ पे तो कुछ भी नहीं है ना करने को. अभी यहाँ पे there's so much that I can do."
वहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है, वहाँ सब कुछ हो सकता है.
सब कुछ हो सकता है. मैंने जैसे किसान होता है ना, अभी आपको एक बंजर जमीन मिल गई, वो आप then you can imagine कि यहाँ पे मैं कपास लगाऊंगा, यहाँ पे गेहूं लगाऊंगा, यहाँ पे मैं चावल लगाऊंगा, यहाँ पे ये लगाऊंगा, whatever. अभी तो ना मेरे दिमाग में वैसा एक अजीब से एम्बिशियस किसान जैसा दिमाग में आ गया कि oh, there is actually nothing, so there is so much to do and I will learn from everything. You know, I discovered that I am a kind of person who wants to learn from every experience and every challenge. So I immediately realized that yes, I have an opportunity to learn. I have an opportunity to test all my abilities, you know, test whether I can do something or not. तो ये सोचते सोचते I started. तो फिर हमने सबसे पहला काम तो ये किया कि मैंने हमारे यहाँ के जो मैनेजिंग काउंसिल थी उनसे मैंने बात की that we should have a gurukul, we should have the guru shishya parampara. We should try and look at creating a place which is conducive of the traditional art forms. So then right from the name, I got involved in almost everything. तो उसको महागामी नाम दिया and महात्मा गांधी मिशन से वो अग्राक्षर से नाम बनाया महागामी. And महागामी in Sanskrit has a beautiful meaning also. It can also mean महान यात्रा का पथिक. So a traveler of a supreme journey, or it also means co-traveler of great pilgrims.
Okay.
तो दोनों तरह से मुझे लगा कि yes, this name is really inspiring. ये अच्छा लग रहा है. तो वो नाम रखा. We initially started as a training learning space like a guru. But very soon I realized that we have to build an audience also, because if I am teaching, I have to also build an audience who will be able to appreciate and witness these art forms.
Yes.
So then we started organizing baithaks and programs, and then
yes, here we can just look at this your sojourner, some videos on this.
Okay. Oh, this is Sutratman.
Yes.
This is Sutratman. Yeah.
Yes.
This I had done last year. This was a tribute to Mahatma Gandhi.
Okay.
तो इसमें महात्मा गांधी के जीवन को लेकर मैंने सिंबॉलिकली किया था. You can see these khadi strings also.
Yes.
So I have इसको प्रोडक्शन को मैंने नाम दिया था सूत्रात्मन, meaning
सूत्र के साथ आत्मा मतलब.
Yes. यस।
Yes.
तो मैंने ऐसे किया था कि जैसे अगर हर शरीर एक फैब्रिक है,
Hmm.
हैंड वोवन फैब्रिक के जैसे अगर हर शरीर एक फैब्रिक है, तो
Okay.
गांधी नाम का जो चोला है, जो वस्त्र है, वो किन धागों से बना है?
True.
तो वो अलग अलग तरह की प्रेरणाएं और संकल्प और संघर्ष, ये सब धागों से वो बना है. So I am weaving all his ideologies and all his aspirations and all his resolutions into thread, and that's how we were to perform this very before the lockdown, and it got
Oh.
postponed. Yeah. संगीत नाट्य अकादमी के फेस्टिवल में हम इसको करने वाले थे.
अच्छा अच्छा.
हाँ.
Now तो everything is just.
Yeah. So 16th of March we were to perform this in Agartala, and
Okay.
the festival got postponed.
Okay.
So, but this production is very close to my heart.
Yeah.
I am Gandhian too, so I've been looking at Mahatma Gandhi in so many ways. And as an artist, I've never been interested in going at the literal translation of an idea. Like, I will not want to show Gandhi as a character and do a dance drama out of it. So when I wanted to do something on Gandhiji, I thought, let me process the idea and let me see how, in what way indirectly I can look at Gandhiji. That was when I thought of this idea of khadi. कि खादी का जो ताना बाना होता है ना,
ताना बाना. Texture of khadi and
it is made of different threads. So each thread, एक thread है सत्य, तो अहिंसा, अस्तेय, अपरिग्रह, ब्रह्मचर्य, शरीर श्रम, like that. So all his sankalpa and then all his inspiration. So all great thoughts जो उन्होंने अपने जीवन में अपने चरित्र को बनाने में पिरोए, तो इस तरह से वो ताना बाना करके वो किया. और एक इसमें बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है जो मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी थी, मैंने एक विलोम कविता इसमें लिखी.
अच्छा अच्छा.
विलोम कविता इज अ काइंड ऑफ साहित्य. विलोम कविता.
ओके.
So when you recite, so these are Sanskrit verses. आप लेफ्ट से राइट बोलोगे तो उसका एक मीनिंग निकलेगा, और वही वर्ड को आप उल्टा पढ़ोगे तो भी कुछ मीनिंग निकलेगा. इट विल बी डिफरेंट.
ओके. अच्छा.
I chose a Vilom. Yeah, both ways. So I chose a Vilom Kavita in which left to right, if you read, you get Ram Shlok. Ram, Bhagwan Ram का श्लोक है. And उल्टा आप पढ़ोगे ना तो कृष्ण.
ओह दीदी, आप पढ़ सकते हैं अगर थोड़ा सा अगर सुना दे
तो वो ऐसे वो लेट मी रिकॉल, वो ऐसे तंभु सुता मुक्तिम उदारहासम वंदे यतो भव्य भवम. मुझे रिकॉल करना पड़ेगा, बट एनीवे तो वो ना दयाश्री से खत्म होता है. या तंभु सुता मुक्तिम उदारहासम वंदे यतो भव्य भवम दयाश्री. अब उल्टा जब जाता है ना तो श्री यादव ऐसे उल्टा आता है ना, कृष्ण जी आ गए. श्री यादव भव्य भतोय देव.
So rich literature you have.
तो ये देखो, तो वो ना एक इतना अच्छा लगा मुझे. So I started playing with the idea of the act of weaving. So how do you weave? Take the thread from left and right to right. Weaver कैसे करता है? धागा इधर से इधर, इधर से इधर. I started symbolically. So initially I looked at all the threads, Gandhi ji के all aspirations. Then how it is woven? It is woven through bhakti. So I take the thread like this, go to Ram and come back with Krishna, Ram and Krishna. तो धीरे धीरे भक्ति का ताना बाना बन गया. And then since the fabric जो है, जो भी बनता है फैब्रिक, वो नष्ट हो जाता है. गीता में ये कहा है कि देह जो है वो वस्त्र की तरह है, और वस्त्र जो है वो आत्मा को दिया गया एक चोला है। तो ये चोला एक दिन चला जाएगा,
बिल्कुल,
और आत्मा रहेगी। तो आई एंड विद दैट मैसेज दैट सूत्रात्मन इज अबाउट दैट। तो गांधी जी भी, उनका जो शरीर था, उनका मूर्त रूप था, वो तो हमारे बीच नहीं है, बट हिज थॉट्स एंड हिज एस्पिरेशंस, हिज इंस्पिरेशंस, हिज टीचिंग्स, दोज आर विद अस। तो ये मैंने एक काम किया था, इट्स अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल प्रोडक्शन। हम लोगों ने इसको जहां जहां किया, वी गॉट स्टैंडिंग ओवेशन, and
it's like that, Didi.
I was very happy with the way we looked at Gandhi ji in a very
And choreographically, you just melted. Choreographically, you also melted. You just amalgamated both the forms, the structures, and the, I would say, the lines of Kathak, and the circular and all these things. The weaving patterns. Both the forms, they have itself their weaving patterns in their. Organically, they have Kathak and Odissi. So very beautiful, this one. Yes. Didi, so just now in the condition we are having, just in this COVID condition. So what is your thought that basically we are a community, and the arts community, bigger arts community, where we are standing today? Like classical arts is always labeled as an like unorganized sector, you can say, regarding balancing that monetization issue, security, no guaranteed income, and all these things accumulate the severe threatening of our sustainability. So आप इसके बारे में आपको मतलब आपका क्या है कि as a community how we can act now, and what is the future of this also after this condition?
Nayanika, there are many things that we should brainstorm and think. To begin with, I think when you say it is an unorganized sector, we all agree about it, but then have we
not totally, but a lot more we need to improve as in just professionally. I think so. मतलब कभी-कभी होता है ऐसे feeling. That's kind of.
नहीं, unorganized is not the wrong term. It is right, because we have been describing ourselves as people from the unorganized sector. But what I want to say is that there is no harm in being unorganized, because things are evolving each day. Look at technology. Look at what engineers are doing now. When I was like 30 years back, when I was into engineering, those days people never thought that they will do something on their own. तब ऐसे होता था कि जो भी इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ता था वो कोई तो भी फैक्ट्री फैक्ट्री को ज्वाइन करता था. Usually that was the accepted system.
Exactly.
No, yes, but now you will see people want to have their own startups. Most of the engineers, if you talk to them, or management students, if you talk to them, they will say we want to form our own company, we want to form our own startup, our own small little consultation, we want to do that. So they are stepping out of their organized way of working, and they are into something new. They are taking up new things. There are also people from various sectors who have joined performing arts or visual arts or the creative streams, and they find this very, very satisfying. This is the biggest thing. I think all of us, why we are artists or why we are in this profession, we have come here as by choice. We have not been asked to do this. It's not that we had nothing else to do, और फिर अभी क्या करें तो चलो डांस कर लेते हैं, चलो गाना गा लेते हैं, चलो ये ऐसा नहीं. We've all decided to be in this world by choice, by conscience. We must have cross-checked our intention and our passion and our interest and inclination. We must have done that. So when we have done that, at least our thoughts are organized compared to so many others. I think those who have
for a passion. We are for a passion, right? That is much more important.
Yeah.
Yes,
So we can be disorganized, or I'm not disorganized, but you said unorganized. Yes. So
unorganized.
unorganized in the sense that we are not given that kind of status as compared to other professionals.
Under professions. That's my point. How can we be much more organized, or the younger generation, they should improve their other skills apart from only practice sadhana or learning and all these things. The other things I think that should be improved in the near future.
Yeah, yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that I have already made that change. I am not teaching the way I was taught. I have already changed that. So students who have learned from me, they have learned little more than just dancing. They have learned content writing. They know light designing. They know music editing. They are excellent compares. They um, they are also part of planning and management and many things that we do at Mahagami. So my teaching is not exactly the way I learned. That's because times have changed and we have to know many more things in addition to what we knew earlier. और इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि ये मॉडर्न हो गए.
Hmm.
इसका यही मतलब है कि आप स्वावलंबी हो सकते हो. यू आर मोर सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट.
True.
So जैसे औरंगाबाद में we didn't have technically sound people, we didn't have technical assistants, we didn't have many things, we didn't have good singers, good musicians. So we ended up helping each other. So some of my students can sing well. और हमारे यूजुअली हमारे इन हाउस बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम्स ऐसे होते हैं कि हमारे स्टूडेंट्स ही लाइट डिजाइन करते हैं एंड दे ऑपरेट द लाइट्स.
Oh,
दे कैन.
makes sense.
And all those who have come for our Aura Aurangabad concerts and some other concerts also, they will remember that the
The
entire
students are managing it, entire management by students.
everything was done by them, and I encourage them to do that because I have always been saying this is something
Self
that I've
dependence.
done since the past 20 years. Whenever I've taught, I've told them that after learning dance, what you can do. You can be arts administrator, you can be arts writer, you can be curator, you can be choreographer, you can be a teacher, you can be a performer, you can be an archivist, you
Exactly.
can there's so many things that you
So
can
many.
do. So many
Exactly.
things. So it is our duty to give everything, whatever we can give to our students. So
True.
I have tried doing that. I have tried doing that because simply because that's how they can diversify their interests, and depending on their energies, later on they will be able to support themselves.
Support themselves. Right?
Second thing, what I have been doing is I'm generating work for my own students. I'm trying to do that,
Hmm.
for which we have identified social outreach, we have identified corporate outreach and educational outreach. So these are the three things which I have identified, and we have to look at the strengths of dance as a sector and the challenges. And
Okay.
we have to also be more democratic in our way of working. We have to be more lenient with the younger generation. We should be little more liberal also. And when I say liberal, it's not about any kind of bias or you know disregarding someone's effort, but
Mhm.
it is to encourage them to look at their challenges, to look at their difficulties, and see how we can enhance and address those difficulties. So that is also part of being organized.
Organized. Right.
देखो हर जमाने में हम लोगों ने देखो बचपन में जब मैं वो रायगढ़ घराने का कथक सीखती थी तो हमारे
Hmm.
गुरुजी बहुत बुजुर्ग थे. तब पंडित कार्तिक राम जी के तो मतलब उनको आंखों में कैटरैक्ट हो गया था, उनको दिखता भी नहीं था और काफी मैंने वयोवृद्ध थे वो. तो he had a different worldview, है ना? So when as a child when I went to him, he had a different worldview, and I used to see him always talking about financial crisis. So I used to think that he's such a great guru, and he's all the time worried about his future. But one can understand, because the only source of income for him was the classes that he was conducting.
True.
And but from there you see how times have changed. You have gurus who are performers. They perform. There are gurus who are choreographers and they have their own dance companies. They perform, they travel, and then they have the ability to hire their own students as their repertory dancers.
Right.
So इतना कुछ तो बदला है, यहाँ तक तो आए हैं हम, मतलब वहां से एकदम जो पारंपरिक एंड एकदम what I'm trying to say is that humble setting of a guru, बहुत like humble, like simple,
much more professional now here. Yes, exactly.
तो वहाँ भी कितना बदला है. So I'm talking about the positive part of it. That
Definitely.
कितना organized हुआ है ना, कितना हुआ है. Now you see, if I came to Aurangabad, I didn't even have a place to stay. From there, today whoever comes to Mahagami keeps remembering and keeps sharing that Mahagami is one of the most peaceful and maybe beautiful and a very serene campus, which is very well maintained and designed, and a beautiful place for dancers to learn and practice. तो ये अगर 20 साल में इतना बदलाव हुआ है, it is because of the consistent effort. And बदलाव मतलब I'm not just talking about the campus, but I'm also saying that the campus has a life. Campus has an artistic life. You have children who learn, you have adults who learn and teach. We have, I have my own students who are teachers also. So we've been able to produce few dancers who are teaching, who can compose. We have our own school now where we can send our students to guide the school children. So I'm trying to look at that kind of ecosystem. We have to create opportunities for the younger generation. One more thing is that everyone should not start engaging themselves in everything. मैं एक बात ये भी देखती हूँ कि जो लोग बड़े हैं वो लोग उन्होंने ग्रेसफुली भी बहुत सारी चीजें यंगर जनरेशन को देनी चाहिए. जैसे मुझे लगता है कि बहुत सारा ग्राउंड वर्क जो है, लेट देम डू, लेट द चिल्ड्रन डू, लेट द स्टूडेंट्स डू, क्योंकि उसमें 2-3 बातें हैं. एक तो they will get lot of experience, they will they will learn from the experience, they will build confidence, they will be able to work on their own abilities, and most importantly they will earn from that. So few projects should be only assigned to them, so that it's the duty of the elders to step out and say that नहीं हमने बहुत कर लिया, अभी तुम
now it's your turn, right?
Now it's your time, you do. हमने तो बहुत कर लिया, अभी तुम लोग. तो
वो ना
देखो स्पोर्ट्स में कैसे होता है. Why sports is organized is because after a point they gracefully decide and they say no, now we want to just mentor, or we will be a coach, or we will be a guide, and अभी तुम लोग नई टीम फॉर्म करो और अब तुम लोग खेलो, you represent India.
Sure.
So कुछ चीजों में कैसे, मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ कि people should step out of dancing or performing, but I'm also saying that since there are many more people also who are coming over, who are equally interested, so it is a duty of the people who've been there for a while to create more space for the newer people.
Yes.
Welcome them. उनको involve करो, अपने दुनिया में ले आओ और बोलो कि भाई ये परिवार में भी तुम लोग का भी आगमन का स्वागत है, or let us see how we can, and then give them some nice professional advice if you can. This is also part of being organized. Like I would like to, I would expect a very mature professional advice from my elders. उन्होंने मुझे समय समय पे गाइड करना चाहिए कि हम लोगों ने ऐसे ऐसे किया था. Why don't you do that? Why don't you, you know, like Mahagami is not getting a grant. Let me help you. हम आपको बोलते हैं कैसे करना चाहिए. You know, so then it is more organized. And in a similar way, what my generation can do, we can guide the next generation कि तुम लोग ये देखो, ये जो तुम लोग का struggle time है, इसको इस तरह से करो, इस तरह से काम करो. Do we have conferences on how to save, how to earn, how to plan your earnings, how to work on outreach, how to work. We are not doing that. Everyone is doing independently as and when they understand something. जिस तरह से भी समझना. There is no expert guidance. According to me, we don't have forums where expert guidance is given. Another problem is about the feeling of competition and unnecessary comparison and unnecessary, feeling of not helping anyone. तो ये ऑर्गेनाइज जब हमें करना है ना, तो फिर ये सब बातों पे हमें ध्यान देना चाहिए.
Teamwork, kind of a team. You can work as a team, because this is a performing arts. So everyone is individual and they want to be. I think the soloist becomes to be. वो aim रहता है सबके अंदर एक soloist होने का. First of all, then the options comes to work for a choreographic work or something like that. But
choreography is very nice. It is very important also because मल्टीट्यूड के साथ नाच को खड़ा करने की जो खूबसूरती है वो अलग है. वो अलग है. लेकिन मैं जो भी कह रही हूँ ना, it is about when you talked about community. So
yes, that feeling should have to feel for each other. That is the main thing.
Not just that, we have to, Nayanika, we have to also understand the strength of each person. Everyone has done something. So we have to acknowledge that also. अभी देखो जैसे डॉक्टर्स हैं, अभी मेडिकल प्रोफेशन ऑर्गेनाइज्ड कैसे है, मैं एग्जांपल दे रही हूँ कि अभी सबने एमबीबीएस पढ़ा है, एमबीबीएस सबने कर लिया, उसके बाद एमडी या एमएस जो भी फर्दर स्टडी करना होता है, उस समय दे चूज वन स्ट्रीम and either they go for cardiac or they go for orthopedic or for ENT or whatever, they choose one area of specialization and they focus on that. तो अगर आपका कोई कार्डियक प्रॉब्लम है, तो अगर आप ऑर्थोपेडिक के पास जाओगे तो वो क्या बोलेगा आपको? वो आपको बोलेगा आई एम नॉट अ कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट, सो कैन यू विजिट अ कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट बिकॉज ये तीन शहर के
exactly.
आप उनके पास जाओ. तो अभी अगर हमको ऑर्गेनाइज करना है ना, तो ये भी हमने करना चाहिए कि किसी के पास ताल का काम बहुत अच्छा किया है किसी ने.
अच्छा.
तो हमने बहुत अच्छे मन से रिकमेंड करना चाहिए कि ताल की चीज अच्छा रिसर्च बेस्ड काम है ना, इनके पास आप जाओ. यू गो एंड कंसल्ट हर और कंसल्ट हिम. अच्छा अंग है, साहित्य है, तो इनसे पूछ लो थोड़ा सा, गो एंड कंसल्ट. और अभी ध्रुपद है तो इनसे बात कर लो. लाइक दैट, ये जो अभी क्या हो रहा है ना, एवरीवन वांट्स टू डू एवरीथिंग. Everyone wants to do a leg dem, everyone wants to do performance, everyone wants to do choreography, everyone wants to have a company also. तो कैसे है कंपनी फॉर्म करने का जो एक मतलब एक उसका भी एक वो नैक होता है ना कि कौन उसको नर्चर कर सकता है. So there are few people who have been able to form companies and they know how to work with companies.
Right.
So then if they want to do group choreographies, then it is a different kind of work
Kind.
because
A
they
level of work, right?
because पूरे समय वो लोग उसी में engrossed है, उसी का काम कर रहे हैं. There
Exactly.
are few who are teachers, who are dance gurus or dance teachers or dance educators. Full day they are not into forming a company, but they are teaching. So when
Teaching.
they are teaching, then the group work is like a byproduct of the teaching. I call it a byproduct.
Byproduct, right?
So we have to look at that. So first हमें अपना सोचना भी तो organize करना पड़ेगा
All of true.
कि हम कर क्या रहे हैं.
कर क्या रहे, क्या करना है, what is my plus point and how to
हाँ.
take out that thing.
Yes. So
Definitely.
थोड़ा nomenclature को लेके काम करना चाहिए कि हम किस चीज को choreography बोले, किसको production बोले, और किसी को can we just call it a showcase or can we just call it an offering or just a performance? Do we have to actually use those terms all the time?
Right.
तो ये सब भी तो हमें थोड़ा सा nomenclature and our style of working उसको लेके भी organize करना चाहिए.
बिल्कुल.
It's not just the economic part of it, but it is also the main sectors of functioning. I think
Exactly.
those also have to be identified and those have to be organized properly. And anything that you are doing which is making you feel that you are stepping out of the comfort zone of Kathak or Odissi, then there is a way to describe your work. कई बार ऐसे हो जाता है कि हमसे मेरा मतलब है कि हमारे कम्युनिटी में ही कि कुछ ऐसा नया काम हुआ, फिर लोगों ने कहा कि ये क्या हुआ, ये तो लग नहीं रहा था कथक, क्या ये ओडिसी नहीं लग रहा था. So I think it is a better way to say that this is how I have tried to look at this, and I would want to call it this instead of calling it pure Kathak or pure Odissi or whatever. तो ये हमको भी organize करना पड़ेगा. Only then we can demand some kind of attention from people, some kind of, and most importantly, I think, is the integration of other disciplines with dance. That is something which we have not explored. Integration. When I say integration, integrate some ideas of philosophy with dance, with literature, linguistics. लिटरेचर हम लोग कैसे करते हैं, हम साहित्य चुनते हैं और उस पर डांस कर लेते हैं. अगर हम साहित्य की अंदर परत पे नहीं जाते कि उसी का एनालॉजी डांस में कहाँ है. ट्रू, बिल्कुल. एनालॉजी भी तो है ना, तो वो एनालॉजी के बारे में नहीं सोचते बिकॉज हम साहित्य भी उतने दृष्टि से नहीं पढ़ना चाहते. लिंग्विस्टिक्स है, साइंस है, इकोलॉजी है, देन मैथमेटिक्स है. मैथमेटिक्स इज नॉट ओनली हिसाब, मैथमेटिक्स इज अबाउट एब्स्ट्रैक्शन. अभी हमें मालूम है कोविड-19 के समय एवरी डे in the news they talk about the mathematical model. So what is the mathematical model?
Data जो आ रहे हैं. Exactly.
It is not data.
Okay. No, not data. Okay.
Mathematical model, it is based on a mathematical phenomenon to calculate what will be the peak time of the disease.
Okay, fine. Okay, acha, you're talking to that aspect, right? Okay, fine.
That thing. So not the figures कि आज कितने cases identify हुए, कितने positive निकले और कितना ये हुआ. Not that, but analysis of the situation. Analysis of the situation. So mathematics is not just only hisab kitab. It is not that. It is about some abstract designs.
True.
And higher mathematics deals with lot of abstract designs which can be very interestingly correlated with dance. But we are not looking at that kind of higher intellectual work with dance. For us, dance remains a beautiful creative work manifested through the body, and the theme is हमारा खुद का हक है, हमको किसी भी थीम पे नाचना होगा हम उस पे नाचें. So it's more like a personal expression, which is right also in many ways because dance becomes your language. But
Exactly.
I'm saying dance is much more than just the creative expression through bodily movements. It can bring newer light and newer opportunities for you to explore some of the unseen designs around us, and
Hmm.
those designs can be seen through science, through mathematics, through architecture, through painting, through sculpture. Look at that also.
True.
So ये अभी हम लोग अभी एक ऐसे थ्रेशोल्ड पे हैं कि यहाँ से अगर हमें इच्छा है तो हमें इन सारी चीजों से डांस को इंटीग्रेट करना चाहिए. And
True.
once we are able to do that, then we will be able to organize it.
Organized.
When
So
we
many
organize it well, then we will have a better future.
future. Right. विजय पंडित विजय शंकर जी मिश्रा जी हैं, तो उन्होंने
जी.
बोले ये बहुत ही अच्छी बातचीत चल रही है, दोनों ही लोगों को बधाई और शुभकामनाएं. Thank you for being with us. So Didi, that's a beautiful explanation from your side. मतलब exactly how we can improve ourselves as being a performing artist and a wholesome. मतलब पूरा तो नहीं हो सकते, but हम कैसे grow हो सकते हैं, हम लोग कैसे grow कर सकते हैं खुद को. That's a beautiful explanation. Thank you for guiding. So Didi, basically at this time, we are thinking on as a part of our nature also. You're bound to think as a part of our nature. Because sometimes as an artist or whatever, and dancer or as an performing artist, anyone, we just get to forget, only just concentrate on our performance, program kaise hoga, kahan pe jana hai, kya hoga, and students kaise class hoga, and the new production kya hoga, all these things we are centered on this. But this time we were bound to just think about our nature and environment. And I have just gone through that. You have a beautiful book you have written recently on Bach Talav, naming that.
Yeah.
So the new term I just got to know from you, that is that cultural ecology. So
Yes,
please,
yes.
yes, please say something about that, Didi, because
So, yeah, so this is something which is very close to my heart, and I have been working on this concept since more than 5 years
okay,
on cultural ecology. And this has brought new light in my my मेरा जो क्या बोल सकते हैं ना, मानस पटल, मेरा जो लैंडस्केप है ना दिमाग का, उसमें जैसे there is a beautiful wave of breeze of fragrant wind, and मतलब नए तरह से मैं सब कुछ देख पा रही हूँ, ऐसा मुझे लगने लगा है. So let me also tell you what is cultural ecology. Cultural ecology is the kind of um, um, a kind of intersection which you will see being manifested in every art form, every parampara, everything. It is a kind of intersection of anthropology, sociology, culture, and ecosystem.
okay,
तो अभी हमने क्या किया है ना, देखो कि हम बोलते तो हैं कि हम पारंपरिक नृत्यकार हैं, लेकिन हम रहते हैं फ्लैट्स में, है ना. हमारे हमारे घर के आसपास कोयल तो बोलती नहीं है कभी भी. मतलब मैं एग्जांपल दे रही हूँ कि
बिल्कुल
कोयल,
बिल्कुल, that is the
मोर
situation.
मोर को हमने जमाना हो गया नाचते हुए नहीं देखा, सांप को हमने आसपास घूमते हुए नहीं देखा, कभी तो भी देखा था और डर भी गए थे उसको देख के. सो हम नेचर के पास तो रह ही नहीं रहे हैं. बट हैव वी रियलाइज दैट हमारे नाच की पूरी जो संज्ञा और व्यंजना है, ये कहाँ से आई है? परमेलू कहाँ से आया है?
बिल्कुल.
परमेलू जो हम बोलते हैं कि पशु पक्षी के नाद से और विभिन्न वाद्यों से, तो ये कैसे आया होगा, क्यों बनाया? डोंट यू थिंक ऐसे एब्सर्ड अगर कोई पूछेगा, मुझे एक्चुअली एक तबला वादक ने एक दिन ऐसे ही पूछ लिया, बोले ये क्या आप लोग कैसे लग रहा है, ये बोल कैसे बजाए? मैंने कहा कैसे बजाए मतलब आप उसके वजन को सुन के बजाओ. तो फिर मैंने अक्षर बताए कि इसके लिए ये बजाओ, इसके लिए ऐसे बजाओ. अच्छा, that was when I immediately realized that see, परमेलू हमारे कितनी खास बात है. दिस इज आवर वे ऑफ पेइंग ट्रिब्यूट टू मदर नेचर. हमारे पूर्वजों ने, क्योंकि वो गुरुकुल में रहते थे, वो लोग गुरुकुल में रहते थे, और क्योंकि वो गुरुकुल में रहते थे तो उन्होंने आसपास के पशु पक्षी के नाद और उनकी गति, उनकी चाल, उनके मूड्स, वो उन्होंने कितने ऑब्जर्व किए होंगे. इनफैक्ट दे विल पार्ट ऑफ द होल फैमिली. जो एक जंगल की या वन्य जीवन की जो एक पूरा, जो एक तालमेल के साथ रहने का जो तरीका था, तो वो इकोसिस्टम का हिस्सा तो मनुष्य भी था ना. आज हम कैसे रहते हैं, आज हम ऐसे रहते हैं कि ह्यूमन बीइंग अलग रह रहा है एंड रेस्ट ऑफ नेचर अलग है.
बिल्कुल.
तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हमको नेचुरल सराउंडिंग्स में जाना है तो वी प्लान एन एक्सकर्शन एंड वी गो समवेयर, वी गो टू अ पार्क, वी गो टू अ जू, और वी गो टू सम वाइल्ड लाइफ सैंक्चुरी और समथिंग. तो हमने क्या किया, ह्यूमन बीइंग अलग है और रेस्ट ऑफ नेचर अलग है. मतलब जंगल, वन्य जीवन, पशु प्राणी सब अलग. तो ये पहले तो ऐसे नहीं था, पहले मनुष्य इसी का हिस्सा था. तो जब हिस्सा था तो वो सुबह उठ के पक्षियों की चहचहाट को देखता होगा, जब रात होती होगी तो झिंगुर की आवाज सुनता होगा, वर्षा ऋतु के समय उसको बादल गरजते हुए दिखते होंगे, पानी की बूंदें बरसती हुई दिखती होंगी, और नीचे वो देखता होगा कि कमल के पत्तों पे कैसे पानी की बूंद पड़ रही है.
उसका आवाज क्या है, बूंद का थोड़ा सा.
वहीं पे जलाशय जो है, उस जलाशय पे मेढक का थर्र 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 ऐसा साउंड आ रहा है. तो ये कितनी सुंदर अवेकनिंग है, ये कितनी सुंदर रियलाइजेशन है. और उसका कलाकार का जो कवि मन है, उसने कैसे उस एहसास के साथ ही बोला होगा कि ये जो तग नग थर्री कुक्कू तग तग जनक जनक तक धा, तो जनक जनक तो मेरे घुंघरू है. तो मेढक खुशी से थर्र थर्र कर रहा है और यहाँ पे ये हो रहा है, तो वहीं पे मैं क्या कर रही हूँ, तो मेरे घुंघरू का स्वर मेरा चल रहा है साथ में. सो दिस इज ये हमारे सारे नाच जो है वो इस रियलाइजेशन से है. लेकिन आज हमने इसको सेपरेट कर दिया. तो इकोलॉजी या कल्चरल इकोलॉजी जो है, इट इज अगेन अ काइंड ऑफ स्टडी ऑफ looking at so many elements. It's the way we walk, the way we think, the way we dance, and many things. It's a huge area of research and study. तो मैं उसके बारे में बहुत बार सोचने लगी, और मैं ये भी सोचने लगी, जब हम आज देखो ना नयनिका, जब हम ये बात करते हैं डांसर्स कि हमारे पास पेट्रनेज नहीं है, हमारे पास सपोर्ट स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, हमको लोग देख नहीं रहे हैं, हमें उस तरह का एनकरेजमेंट नहीं मिलता है जैसे बाकी चीजों को मिल रहा है. इसका मूल कारण तो यही है कि जो हमारा इकोसिस्टम था वो नष्ट हो गया.
बिल्कुल.
दिस इज द मेन रीजन. सी व्हाट विल अ डॉक्टर डू. आप अगर आपको कोई रोग है, तो अगर आप डॉक्टर को बार बार बोलो क्या मेरा बहुत सिर दुखता रहता है, मेरा बहुत सिर दुखता रहता है, तो एक अच्छा डॉक्टर क्या करेगा, तो वो सिर दुखने का कारण तो ढूंढेगा ना. सिर्फ दवाई दे के दबा देगा कि ठीक है अभी आज ये गोली खा लो, सिर दुखना बंद हो जाएगा, है ना. या आज क्या करो, अदरक वाली चाय पी के सो जाओ थोड़ी देर के लिए, यू विल फील बेटर. बट इफ इट इज अ परसिस्टेंट प्रॉब्लम, वी हैव टू फर्स्ट आइडेंटिफाई व्हाट इज द रीजन. So for me, I think it is more important to study the reason, and one of the reasons is the disharmony in the ecosystem, disharmony in the cultural ecological balance. ये मेरा ऑब्जर्वेशन है और ये मेरी स्टडी भी है. मतलब मैं ये अनुमान से नहीं बोल रही हूँ, ये मेरा 5 साल से इस पर अभ्यास चल रहा है, इस पर अध्ययन चल रहा है, और मेरे काफी सारे ऑब्जर्वेशन है जिसको मैं एकेडमिकली उसको रिकॉर्ड कर रही हूँ. तो उसी दौरान मेरे सामने और भी कुछ बातें आई. आपने अभी विद्यारण्यम की जब बात बोली, तो मैं एक स्कूल के साथ जुड़ी हुई हूँ. ये स्कूल औरंगाबाद के आउटस्कर्ट्स में है. द नेम ऑफ द स्कूल इज विद्यारण्यम. It is a lovely scenic place which is surrounded by valleys and hills. And the name of this geographical landmass is Bagh Talab.
Okay.
हाँ,
अच्छा.
so हाँ, तो देखो बाघ तालाब. नाउ आई एम एन आर्टिस्ट. मैंने पहली बार वो मैप पर जब नाम देखा, वो भूखंड का नाम है बाघ तालाब. I immediately started thinking, what happened to the तालाब? तालाब नहीं है. What happened to बाघ? बाघ कहाँ गए? बाघ भी नहीं, तालाब भी नहीं, लेकिन जगह का नाम है बाघ तालाब.
राइट.
तो और वहां पे बहुत सूखा है. यू नो दैट मराठवाड़ा इज वेरी ड्राई रीजन ऑफ महाराष्ट्र. इट्स अ ड्राउट प्रोन एरिया.
एग्जैक्टली.
तो यहाँ पे बारिश बहुत कम होती है. तो मैंने सोचा कि बाघ तालाब बोल रहे हैं, इसका मतलब यहाँ पे एक समय में बहुत घना जंगल होगा, तालाब होगा, और बाघ वहाँ पानी पीने आते होंगे. वहाँ वैली का डिप्रेशन, वो डिप्रेशन देख के ऐसा लगता भी है कि वहाँ पानी पीने आते होंगे. तो my mind started thinking, what has happened to the water body? कहाँ चला गया वो? और जो तालाब था, जिस वजह से जगह का नाम बाघ तालाब पड़ा, तो वो तालाब कब सूखा? तो I discovered that I started asking the local natives there, गांव के लोगों को. तो पता चला शायद लगभग 100 साल पहले वहां पे एक जंगल भी था, शेर थे और थोड़ा पानी वगैरह था, और लोगों ने शिकार कर करके और पेड़ काट काट के वो पूरा जगह साफ कर दिया. तो शिकार करके जानवर चले गए. और ये अंग्रेजों के टाइम पे हुआ कि शिकार, वो शौक में जाते थे ना लोग शिकार,
जो जैसे हुआ
शिकार कर दिए और फिर जंगल भी कटने लग गए, और धीरे धीरे करके पूरा सूख गई वो जगह. तो मुझे अचानक वो बाघ तालाब के लिए एक अलग तरह का आकर्षण पैदा हो गया कि आई हैव टू टेल दिस स्टोरी टू एवरीवन. ये मेरे सामने एक डिजास्टर है. यानी जिस स्कूल में हम लोकेटेड हैं, जिस एरिया में हमारा स्कूल लोकेटेड है, वो एरिया अभी बाघ तालाब के नाम से जाना जाता है, लेकिन वहां पे बाघ और तालाब दोनों नहीं. So I started researching on the reason, and there are interesting revelations and interesting finds. उसमें से एक ये है कि टाइगर इकोलॉजी, ये अपने में एक विचार है. इकोसिस्टम का ये अहम हिस्सा है, टाइगर इकोलॉजी,
स्पेशली टाइगर इकोलॉजी.
Yes, tiger ecology, because tiger is the apex of the food chain.
Right. Yes.
Tiger is the apex. अभी हमको ये तो मालूम है ना कि हमारा जो स्थान है वो कैसे, we are only consumers.
Right.
है ना, we are not the producers and we have no contribution. अजीब बात है, बड़ी शर्म की भी बात है कि पूरे इकोसिस्टम में जानवर, पशु पक्षी जो भी हैं, और ये सारी जो बाकी लिविंग बींग्स हैं, जैसे पौधे, पेड़ पौधे, एल्गाई, फंगाई, सबका कुछ तो रोल है. ह्यूमन बींग का कोई रोल नहीं है. हमारा सिर्फ एक ही काम है, यूज करना, कंज्यूमिंग व्हाटएवर इज अराउंड अस, ओनली कंजम्पशन. तो नेचर की साइकिल में ह्यूमंस का कोई रोल नहीं, हम सिर्फ भक्षक हैं. तो मेरे को अचानक से लगा कि हाँ, मनुष्य इतने सालों से जो अपने आप को इतना ज्यादा महत्व दे रहा था, हमने क्या क्या सत्यानाश किया और क्या क्या बिगाड़ा है. तो उसमें फिर I wanted to reverse the whole thing, and I thought that for the children I should write a book as a fundraiser for the school, and उसको नाम दिया मैंने, ये मेरे पास किताब भी रखी है, टाइगर इकोलॉजी नैरेटिव्स. टाइगर इकोलॉजी नैरेटिव्स. तो इस किताब में मैंने कुछ चीजें ऐसी लिखी हैं कि हाउ टाइगर इकोलॉजी helps preserving the balance of or the harmony of ecosystem. Tiger ecology can bring rains. Tiger ecology can preserve so many species of living beings. ये तो हमको मालूम भी है, थोड़ा बहुत अनुमान से तो हम बोल ही सकते हैं, मगर कुछ बातें जो हमको पता नहीं थी, जैसे टाइगर इकोलॉजीज कैन हेल्प preserve communities, preserve languages, preserve culture.
Culture too.
Yes, culture. तो
Definitely,
ये
culture is related to our whole community and our just part of our environment. Definitely, we are part of our environment,
we are part of an environment, मगर ये इसको रिवर्स करोगे तो कैसे होगा?
and that is the thing. Yes.
मतलब जैसे जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना कि जब हम अच्छा स्थिर मन में हैं,
So interesting. Didi, कि
state of
tiger.
mind,
Yes.
तो अगर हम एक अच्छे पीसफुल स्टेट ऑफ माइंड में हैं, तो हमारा जो सांस है वो इक्वलाइज्ड रहेगा, वो स्टेबल रहेगा, isn't it? तो ये कैसे है कि अगर आपका स्टेट ऑफ माइंड अच्छा है तो it gets reflected in your breath. So your breath is stable. When your mind is stable, your breath is stable. Now इसका उल्टा भी करते हैं हम, जो योग में करते हैं वो इसका उल्टा करते हैं। वो ऐसे करते हैं कि आप ब्रेथ को स्टेबल करो ताकि माइंड स्टेबल होगा। आया ना समझ में? तो ये जो उल्टा है ना, तो क्या हुआ, हजारों सालों से टाइगर इकोलॉजी की वजह से कल्चर बचा हुआ।
Wow.
और अब टाइगर इकोलॉजी नहीं रही तो इसलिए कल्चर भी खतरे में। ये भी एक बात है, ये भी एक बात है। अच्छा, वो एक बात हो गई, और उसी के दौरान मुझे ये बात भी पता हो गई कि टाइगर इकोलॉजी saves us from lot of diseases and virus. तो अभी पिछले कुछ सालों में ये इबोला और ये सब जो एक करके कुछ हो रहा था ना,
swine flu and all this thing.
हाँ, it is because of the disharmony in the ecosystem.
Definitely.
तो मैंने मेरी किताब में ये भी लिखा है कि टाइगर इकोलॉजी क्यों जरूरी। तो टाइगर इकोलॉजी इतनी चीज किया, तो A, it will bring rain, B, it will reduce pollution, C, it will sustain and preserve all species. जितने भी endangered species है, endangered species will be able to live peacefully. And then we come to our, कि हम सोचते हैं ना कि ये सब करके हमको क्या फायदा, क्योंकि मनुष्य तो ऐसा ही है ना, उसको फायदा जिसमें नहीं दिखेगा वो क्यों करेगा। तो हमारा फायदा ये है कि टाइगर इकोलॉजी will protect communities. Tiger ecology protects languages and folklores, folk traditions. Tiger ecology indirectly, not directly, but indirectly, it will preserve culture also. True. And most importantly, it will preserve mankind, क्योंकि वो हमें वायरस से दूर रखेगा। तो ये मैंने अभी फरवरी में ही लिखा है। ये किताब अभी फरवरी में ही रिलीज हुई थी, और ये किताब को मैंने स्कूल के लिए फंडरेजर के लिए किया था कि हमारे स्कूल में जो बच्चे सीखते हैं, पढ़ते हैं, they come from very challenged background, they are from villages and they are deprived of the basic essentials that you need in your daily life. तो मुझे लगा था कि ये बुक के द्वारा मैं अवेयरनेस तो क्रिएट करूंगी, लेकिन मैं स्कूल के लिए भी एक फंडिंग कर पाऊँ। तो फिलहाल एक अभी तो वो लॉकडाउन की वजह से वो हम उसको आगे नहीं बढ़ा पाए उस बात को।
So yes, the viewers, I would like to appeal that to how to connect to you and how to, if they want to buy the books or if in a bulk, and they can distribute in the school or in their among their students or among their friends, whatever
Great, I will be very happy because so they can write to me. Maybe they can write to our school email ID vidyaaranyamschool@gmail.com. They can write. We also, the school has a Facebook page also, so you can visit the page of the school. Vidya Aranyam is the name of the school. So अभी मुझे एक ये हो गया कि जब ये COVID-19 का
at least through this way we can just awaken our next generations, their mindset, their thought, and their exactly their sensibility towards their responsibility towards the nature.
Yes. This is something, Nayanika, I am just thinking about that. Now we are in deep crisis and we all are in crisis. all in the sense everyone, there are many more who are in deeper crisis than us. Look at the challenges of garbage pickers.
बिल्कुल, yeah,
I mean, they are putting their lives to such great risks, and
बिल्कुल,
they are picking up garbage every corner of the city, every street they are going, and I'm sure they are scared, but they are
बिल्कुल,
doing it. I think this is the time to be compassionate. कला जो है ना, कला जो है वो मनुष्य के संवेदनाओं का दर्पण होना चाहिए, मनुष्य की संवेदनाओं का दर्पण होना चाहिए. Always art forms have been a reflection of the society and of the state of mind of those people. तो हम लोग को थोड़ा सा भी ये भी देखना है कि कौन लोग तकलीफ में हैं. कम से कम हमको इतनी तो नहीं है ना कि ठीक है, we will need some time to come back to the theaters and start performing, but don't you think that this is the time to work on our content, to work on our concepts, I think this is the time for content creation, this is the time to work on improvement. अच्छा, अभी आप एक कमल के फूल को देखो, तो कमल का फूल रोज खिलता है क्या? नहीं खिलता है. हमारे महागामी गुरुकुल कैंपस में ही एक छोटा सा जलाशय है, वहां पे मतलब इट्स लाइक अ स्मॉल पॉन्ड विद सम वाटर, देयर आर अ कपल ऑफ वाटर बॉडीज, और हमने उसमें कमल लगाए थे. तो जब कमल लगाए थे ना, शुरू में मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता था रोज देख के, क्योंकि मेरे क्लास से भी मुझे कमल दिख रहे, इधर से आते जाते कमल दिख रहे, तो बहुत अच्छा लगता था. And all important functions we used to float diyas on that जलाशय. तो ऐसे थोड़ा किया, थोड़े दिन के बाद क्या हुआ, वो सारे कमल खिलने बंद हो गए. And I started getting worried and I thought क्या हो रहा है, do I have to change something? I asked a botanist and I asked someone who knows gardening well and for some kind of advice कि मैं करूं क्या, ये कमल को फूल नहीं आ रहे, कमल को फूल नहीं आ रहे, क्यों नहीं आ रहे, मतलब कल तक तो आ रहे थे, अभी नहीं आ रहे, एक हफ्ते से फूल नहीं आ रहे, 20 दिन हो गए अब तो फूल नहीं आ रहे, like that. So then I started getting more and more concerned कि ये क्या हो गया है. फिर किसी ने मुझे बोला कि ये कमल ही आप ना फेंक दो और दूसरे लगाओ, क्योंकि इसका खत्म हो गया है.
जो यूजुअली से मतलब बोलते हैं,
वो उसका स्टैग्नेशन पॉइंट आ गया. तो you know why I'm sharing this is one fine day suddenly I saw a small bird आया. अचानक से एक बर्ड आया, फिर दूसरा देखा, एक और बर्ड आ गया, फिर एक और आ गया. अरे व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. अचानक वो पूरे वाटर बॉडी में फिर से नए बर्ड्स आने शुरू, एंड विद इन अ कपल ऑफ डेज वो सारे खिल गए. You know, I was so inspired. I immediately realized, yes, this is the law of nature.
Of nature, exactly. You have to give time to just.
तो वो कमल क्यों नहीं खिल रहे थे बाद में, वो अपने ऊपर काम कर रहे थे, वो पौधा अपने ऊपर काम कर रहा था.
Exactly.
It was trying to, the plant was trying to draw resources from everywhere.
Exactly.
From the roots, from the surrounding, from every. It was working on itself. It was drawing resources. It was उसका अपना कुछ डेवलपमेंटल प्रोग्राम चल रहा.
Exactly.
And फिर वो कमल खिल के आया.
True, true.
कलाकार को ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए, रोज प्रोग्राम करना है.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
देखो कमल फूल खिलना जो है ना, इट इज लाइक प्रोग्राम. तो जब आपने प्रोग्राम किया तो लोगों ने देखा, लेकिन आप प्रोग्राम नहीं किया तो आपने क्या किया.
Exactly.
तब आप कंटेंट क्रिएशन कर रहे थे, तब आप चिंतन कर रहे थे, शायद आप रिफ्लेक्शन कर रहे थे, शायद आप रियाज कर रहे थे, शायद आप लोगों की मदद कर रहे थे, शायद आप गुरुओं को स्मरण कर रहे थे. आप उनके बारे में लिखो, राइट ट्रिब्यूट, राइट मेमोइर्स, डॉक्यूमेंट, वर्क ऑन आर्काइव, वर्क ऑन ऑल द लेफ्ट ओवर्स जो हम लोगों ने नहीं किया था. तो ये भी तो बीच बीच में यू नीड अ टाइम टू ऑर्गेनाइज योरसेल्फ प्रॉपर्ली.
Very, very much.
I think this is how we have to look at every crisis. We have to be positive towards everything. God has given us, at least God has given us a safe place to stay. हम ऐसा तो नहीं है ना कि बिल्कुल बेघर है, बाहर निकले हुए हैं, हमें पता नहीं है कि हमें क्या होने वाला है. Many of us are struggling, I know, many of us. And many not immediately know what to do. But I think जब जब हमको नहीं समझ में आया था ना कि हमें क्या करना है, we've been extremely innovative. That is the sign of human beings. Human beings have been extremely innovative. So we will have to learn again, relearn. We will have to bring back, जैसे कमल के फूल ने वापस अपने रूट्स के साथ संवाद शुरू किया था ना, से उसके सारे जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स थे ना, नरिशमेंट और न्यूट्रिशन था, उसका एग्जॉस्ट हो गया था. फिर उसने अपने ही रूट्स के साथ वापस संवाद शुरू किया और वो फूल वापस खिलना शुरू हो गया. ऐसे हमें भी अपने रूट्स के साथ वापस संवाद करना पड़ेगा.
Connecting with the roots.
Back, we will have to also see what our forefathers did when there was a crisis. There has been crisis many times in the journey of mankind. पहली बार तो क्राइसिस नहीं है, पहले भी हुआ है. तो तब के गुरुओं ने या तब के कलाकारों ने क्राइसिस के समय क्या काम किया था, कैसे किया था, तो थोड़ा विजडम के साथ हम कुछ कोशिश कर सकते हैं क्या? That is the need of the time. I am looking at everything with that kind of resolve and with that kind of little bit of spirituality. I think that is also very important, Nayanika.
Yes, that point is, I'm
devoid of spirituality.
We need our mental the mental wellness and the psychological how to in this time how to just combat our stress. It's very important. मतलब stress को कैसे अभी तो बहुत मतलब it's a stressful condition and we are just मतलब सब लोग इतना
stress नहीं करे.
For me, Didi, in my aspect, I'm a bit stressful. You know that regarding my exactly.
Yes. I am not saying that you have stress. I am just saying that together we are talking about stress.
Exactly. Hello. 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 So sorry for the inconvenience. Just let me connect it once again with Didi. Hello. हाँ दीदी.